First question, how's it feel to be named the best young cricketer in the country?
Big honour for me, I think. Very privileged, strong competition that we've been playing in the Shield and Big Bash, and a lot of good young cricketers coming through. So to get that sort of recognition was pretty exciting for me at this point in my career.
And what's it like to receive the award, given it was voted by your peers?
Yeah, I think it's always a bit extra special every time you win a player voted award. So, to get recognition from senior players and just the Australian cricket competition, it's pretty awesome. It means a lot to me. So, big thanks to all the players that voted for me.
And what do you think was the reason behind your performances on the field for the past 12 months?
I think I just sort of matured a bit in the last couple of seasons and just got a bit more confident in my role, especially for Victoria. I think whenever I can get into a contest, I'm quite competitive, so being able to do that a couple of times and put some good performances on the board and contribute in a few wins was pretty exciting.
Awesome. And are there any particular individual performances which stick out in your memory?
I think definitely my first five for versus Queensland meant a lot to me. Obviously, first bag of wickets is always pretty great, and then a 6 for against South Australia when I didn't take any wickets in the first innings. So being able to bounce back and obviously, as I said, contribute to wins for the team is always great.
How did you find the experience of the Shield Hub sort of late last year?
Yeah, I didn't mind it. I suppose I like to be around the boys, so being able to do that and stuck with them was actually pretty enjoyable for me. It was tough. Obviously, a few players had to sacrifice quite a bit, but we were really lucky just to be able to be playing in and doing what our jobs are. With the pandemic and all that was going on. So, big thanks to Cricket Australia and ACA for all the work that they were able to do to make sure we were able to play in those competitions at that time.
Have you had a look at the list of previous winners of the award at all?
I had a little look when I found out I'd won, so I saw some of the names: Dave Warner, Brett Lee, Shane Watson, just to name a few. So reading that, it was pretty exciting. Even Will Bukowski, to see what he's been able to do in the 2 years following he won the award to play for Australia shows what's possible if I keep working hard and keep doing what I'm doing. So definitely means a lot to see that.
Good. Why is Shield cricket so important to the Australian cricket calendar?
I think it's sort of the breeding ground for the Australian cricket team. I think all the Australian players take it incredibly seriously, so it's fiercely competitive and sort of creates that, if the Shield competition's strong, then the next level's often very strong as well. So it's certainly no hit and giggle, and even the Australian players coming back take it very seriously. So I think if that's strong, then it's often very positive for the next level.
And tell us about the experience of playing for Australia against India.
Yeah, that was great. Obviously, India were a very strong side. Seeing what they were able to do against the men's team by drawing that series was amazing. So to play against those guys at a young age and sort of show to me what is required at the next level is pretty eye-opening and a great thing to be able to do early on in my career.
And just lastly, can you talk about how much of a commitment it's been from you and the other players to be flexible and ensure that the full domestic season can be played?
Yeah, I think a lot of players did have to make some sacrifices, like everyone, during the COVID pandemic. But that meant quarantine and being away from families. But pretty much all players coped really well with that, and we're happy to do that. So ultimately, we were really just lucky to be able to keep our jobs and be able to do something that we love during a tough time, and hopefully put on a good show for fans around Australia.